video before I would even say, hold, stop, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I've seen it, and everything that was talked about in that video goes on in the Alabama prison system.
Okay.
All right. Without further ado, let's get to it.
Look at Dante's face. This guy right here. He's got that smirk. He looks like he's ready to lie. And he looks like he's going to back up the lie. This Avalon gangsta. Let's go. Yeah, he's a Crip. This cat right here, he's a Crip.